Namaste, welcome to Everyday Wellness and Yoga with Pim. I am Pim and this is Martin. Thank you so much for coming. So let's find a partner if you can, but not required. We can always use a strap. These are our friends too, a towel, a block, a wall, a folding chair, whatever you'd like to use. But it's always fun to have a partner involved, so maybe you can convince a family member to join you in this 30-minute practice. Start by coming to a comfortable seated position. I like sitting on a block. And you can either sit as Martin is on his heels, or we can also come into a seat in an easy pose, whatever feels good for you. And we begin by closing our eyes, rooting our sit bones into whatever we're sitting on, as though we can grow roots like a tree down into the ground. And we lengthen from our tailbone all the way through the crown of the head, gently rolling our shoulders up towards our ears and then down towards our back and back behind us a little bit so we feel this opening in the collarbone. And we rest our head on an imaginary headrest and we bring our senses inward. Begin breathing in and out of the nose. See if you can begin to lengthen the breath. Maybe counting to 3 as you inhale, counting to 3 as you exhale. Maybe you can lengthen that breath to 4 or even 5 counts. Each time you inhale, can you find more length in the spine? And when you exhale, can you soften the body, soften the shoulders, soften the face? And can you hear your partner breathing? Can you breathe in a way that your partner can hear you? Let's gently blink our eyes open, come off of the blocks and come to standing in mountain pose Tadasana. And let's flow through a little warm up, standing at the top of the mat. And taking off the socks kind of helps too, kind of helps you ground yourself into the earth. Stand with your feet pointed forward, toes forward, feet hip distance wide. Stacking the bones, stacking the knees right above the ankles, hips right above the knees, all the way up to the crown of the head. Take a deep inhalation, extend the arms up to the sky, saluting the sun. On the exhale, we soften the knees, we hinge on the hips, and we exhale, we fold forward, reaching our hands forward. Coming to a forward fold, first forward fold of the day. Let's rest our bellies on our thighs, grab the opposite elbows, release our heads. And just let the body drape over the thighs. Let gravity take hold of the elbow tips. And just gently nod your head up and down. Yes, please, to a little relaxation. Or shake our head left and right, saying no, thank you to stress at this moment. Coming to stillness. Then we begin to shift our weight to the outside of the right foot. And then shifting the weight to the outside of the left foot. And continue shifting your weight very slowly from one leg to the other. Initiating the movement through the hips. Noticing the breath. And noticing all the sensations in the back of the legs. Along the hips, hamstrings, lower spine. Slowly we come to stillness. Hands on shins or above the knees. Inhale, slide your chest forward, draw shoulders away from ears, halfway lift. Pausing here for a moment. Can you grow your spine a little bit longer, reaching your head forward, booty reaches back. And then on your exhale, hands reach down for the ground, forward fold, release the head. If the hands don't reach the ground, you can always grab a block. couple cans of tomato soup, whatever you have to rest underneath their hands, maybe a couple thick books. Can notice if your head is nice and relaxed, neck is nice and relaxed, face is soft. And then option is step back into a plank right away, or you can come down to your knees. Your choice. Where do you want to go? And pausing there. Pushing the earth away, can you mushroom that space in between the shoulders? And on your exhale, slowly lower down, all the way down to the belly. Forehead down on the mat. Point your toes back. Press the top of your feet down. Hands are by your rib cage. We try to bring the elbows in, but that's not comfortable for you. You can certainly widen your hands or turn your hands out, but make sure your hands and fingers are spread nice and wide so they are gently resting on the mat, gently resting. Now, can you press down through your pubic bone? Keep drawing your shoulders away from the ears and down your back. Inhale, peel your chest up. And your hands are barely involved here. In fact, can we float the hands up and keep drawing the shoulders down the back? Exhale, we lower down. Now, extend your arms out to the side. Maybe you can give your partner a little love tap. Maybe scoot a little bit closer, and they can put their hand on top of you if they like. So we're like an airplane. Now press down to the top of the feet. Press down to the belly. Inhale, peel your chest up. Looking forward. And there's no crick in the back of the neck, so we don't have to look up that high. That's not comfortable neck. Inhale, can you peel your chest up a little bit higher? Exhale, we lower down. Draw the hands by the rib cage. And let's press back into a child's pose. Wind the knees. Bring the big toes together. Forehead either comes down to a block or down to the mat. And as we press our fingertips into the earth, we push our tailbone and our hips closer towards our heels, and maybe we shimmy and shift our weight left and right, gently lengthening the backside of the body, getting into the hips, and then coming to stillness. And then draw the hands by the head, press yourself up to a tabletop. And the hands are either one handprint in front, or we can slide the knees back. Tuck your toes underneath. Let's come to our first downward dog. Inhale here, belly to spine. Exhale, send the hips up to the sky. And be generous with the bend in the knees. First downward dog in a while, huh? Send your booty up. And can you draw your belly towards your thighs? So there's almost a little bit of an arch in the back. Ears are relaxed in between the arms. Go ahead and shake your head left and right again, like you did before. Pushing through the whole hand, through the palms, through the knuckles of the hands, evenly distributing the weight. And then we can begin to pedal the feet out, one leg at a time. Taking both of our dogs for a walk here. Can see if your partner can hear your breath. And slowly we come to stillness. Keep the legs nice and still. Maybe we reach for our heels for the ground beneath us. Maybe they don't touch. And then inhale, bend your knees. Look past your hands. You can either step or just walk your feet towards the back of the hand. Coming to a forward fold again. Toes pointed forward, releasing the head. Hands on shin, inhale, halfway left. Exhale, we fold forward. Inhale, we sweep our arms out to the side. We rise all the way up. Palms touch at the top. Exhale, hands at heart center. And release. Pausing here in Tadasana, mountain pose. Samastiti. So now let's turn with our backs facing each other. Back to back. Yeah. Standing in mountain pose here. Make sure your toes are pointed forward. And we're going to have to judge the distance in which we fold forward. But we're going to fold forward together here. So inhale, sweep your arms out to the side. On the exhale, soften the knees, and we're going to fold forward. So our bums might touch. That's okay. Coming to a forward fold. Bend the knees, belly rests on the thighs. Now, can you reach to the outside of the legs and grab a hold of your partner? Say hello to your partner. And relaxing the head. Keep drawing the belly to the spine. Lengthening the breath. And then we begin to firm our feet into the earth. And on the inhale, release, hold, and sweep your arms up. Palms touch. Exhale, hands at heart center. And release. Just pause and feel there. Now let's step our feet wide. I would say if you had a mat underneath you, a little bit wider than the mat. And again, inhale. Let's sweep our arms out to the side, up to the sky. Same thing. Exhale, fold forward. Hinge from the hips, long spine. Reaching forward. Our bums might touch. We'll have to adjust. This time, hands come down to the ground, fingertips maybe. Inhale, lengthen the spine. On your fingertips or with a block underneath the hands. Now on your exhale, hold on to the length in your spine. Maybe you need to bend your knees a little bit, and we exhale, we fold forward again. Can you now reach for your partner underneath you? And you can always grab a towel if this is too much for your partner. And you make sure that they're okay. You give them an upside down smile. And we listen for each other's breath. Then we bring our attention to our own breath. That's 2 more breaths here. And it's okay to push up against a partner. We can help each other. And then gently on your exhale, release the hands from your feet into the ground. Inhale, we rise all the way up. Palms touch. Exhale, hands at heart center. And then release. Coming to standing position next to your partner. Find your partner about shoulder distance apart. And we are going to work on our outer legs. So if you're on the left-hand side, it's going to be the left leg. And for your partner, if that person is to your right, it's going to be their right leg. So we begin by shifting our weight to the inside leg, coming the ball of the outer leg. And let's draw that knee, that outer knee, hip distance height. Then we're slowly going to keep that 90 degree and draw that knee back behind us, trying to keep the hip square. Can we draw that knee now to the outside, fire hydrating the knee out until we come back to center. And then slowly we touch down the foot. Let's go in the opposite direction. Knee comes up, navel height. Reach it out to the side, fire hydrant it out, opening up the hips. Ooh. And then we touch down. Let's do it one more time. Reach that knee, hip distance height, and then draw it towards the back of the room. Draw that circle. Can you go a little bit wider? Keep those hips level if you can. You got your partner there to balance. And then touch down. And let's go the opposite direction. Last one. Reach that knee out. Take your time, nice and smooth. And then we touch down. Whew. Pause and feel. Now, standing a little bit closer to your partner, let's touch the inside arms up. Does it feel good there? Comfortable? So you can either have your arms up like this. If one person's taller than the other, you want to check to make sure they're comfortable. Or you can always put the arms around the back. So we can go backside too. And just on our waist like that. So again, we begin to shift our weight towards the inside leg. Come to the ball of the outside leg. Knee raises up. navel height. Let's open that hip out to the side. And we've got each other here. Can we put our foot inside without touching it yet? But see where it goes, and then permission to go ahead and grab the foot. Come into tree pose. Now we've got each other there to support, so we can focus on growing the spine nice and long, lifting up the rib cage, and noticing our breath here. Maybe our outer hands come to touch. Can we open up that hip? Can we grow a little bit taller, rooting our feet into the earth? Shoulder draws away from the ears. And we stand here more confidently with the support of our partners in this beautiful tree pose. Family tree. And then on your exhale, slowly with control, we release. Maybe you want to shake out that inner leg. Roll out the foot. Beautiful. So now we're going to switch. You can turn around, but we're going to switch sides so that we can do our other leg. And same thing, about arms distance apart, just for a little bit of support. We begin with articular rotations to lubricate the joint and get that hip open up before we come into tree pose. Balancing now on the inside leg, ball of the outside leg. Inhale, belly the spine, knee comes up 90 degrees. Let's articulate it, starting with bring the foot towards the back of the room, knee reaches back. Knee reaches out to the back corner, out to the side, drawing a circle fire hydrant, coming to the center. We tap our foot down, go in the opposite direction. Knee comes forward, reach that knee out, and then back. We got each other, and then touch down. Can we do one more in each direction? A little bit bigger. Reaching back there, fire hydrant it out. Oh, is this side harder or was the other side harder? And then touch down, and then back in the other direction. And then pause and feel here, back in mountain pose, Tadasana. Now, let's cozy up with your partner. And again, shifting our weight to the inside leg. Draw the belly to the spine. Bring the knee up, navel height. Take your time. Knee out to the side. And where does the foot go? Maybe we grab the foot, place it on the inside, come in a tree pose. Take your time. You got each other. You got it. Belly the spine. And maybe hands touch, palms up. And we can kind of press against each other to help each other. Root ourselves in. Can you grow a little bit taller? Inhaling smoothly in and out of the nose. Relaxing the shoulder blades down. Finding your bliss in this beautiful shape. May we turn and acknowledge our partner. And we got each other. And then slowly with control we release from this beautiful family tree. Shake that inside leg out. Beautiful. Let's find ourselves back on our mats. Inhale, we sweep our arms up to the sky. Exhale, reach out and down, folding forward. Hands on shin, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold forward, and we come down to our hands and our knees. And then we lean over to one side, and we face our partners with our legs. And maybe we can even touch our toes. And we've got a towel, and we've got straps here. And if your partner is rounding his back, you can always put a blanket underneath or off of the, there's a blanket there too. Is that a good height? Yeah. Draw the belly to the spine. You can have a slight bend in the knees. And we got a nice little towel here that we can place in between. Now, Let's see how far we can open up our legs. And we're gonna be mindful of our partners. And we're gonna ask them, are you good there? Yeah? Okay. Sitting up nice and tall, belly to spine. Can we find that neutral spine so that we're not rounding? Relaxing the shoulders, roll them up to your ears and down your back. Hands gently resting on top of the thighs. Excellent. Head back. It's just even work here, sitting in this shape, yeah? So now, we're gonna grab a hold of the towel. And we're gonna start with our right hand, each of our right hand on there. And inhale, extend the left arm up to the sky. And then we're gonna twist over to our left. Reaching over to the left. Reaching the left hand parallel to the earth behind you. And then inhale back to center, sweep the arm back up. And grab on to the towel or the strap with the left hand. Inhale, extend the right arm up to the sky. And then we're going to twist from the belly over to your right and reach your right fingertips towards the back of the room, or maybe it's the right side for you. And inhaling, coming back to center, extend the arm up. Now we're going to hold on to the towel with both hands. Now, your partner is going to sit up nice and tall. One of you can sit up nice and tall and lean back a little bit as the other person with the long spine reaches the chest forward, coming to an assisted forward fold. And we're going to be gentle, yeah? And you're going to notice your partner. Notice if they need a little bit more space to fold forward, or maybe we need to be mindful and meet them where they are. There's a nice good lengthening in the spine here. Take advantage of this and be gentle and mindful and breathing here. Let's give your partner a chance. So on the inhale, one person rises up, the other person comes to neutral here. Now whoever's folding forward is going to exhale. Ready? Inhale here. Exhale. Long spine, reaching the chest forward. And the person folding forward can bend their knees. And focus on the spine. Can you feel that in the spine? Yeah? In the lower back? Not just in the hamstrings. Yeah. And breathing here. Just be mindful of where they want to be. If they tug a little bit more, if they want to go a little bit further. You can even look at them and just ask them, yeah? And then you kind of find that spot. Yeah, and they'll tell you if they want more or less, yeah. Just allow them to have a few breaths here, softening as they exhale. And your spine, if you're leaning back, is nice and long as well too. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. And then on the inhale, we rise back to neutral. Thank you. Now let's release. Now let's turn to face each other, back to back. Not face each other, but let's turn around and be back to back. And we're going to hook each other's arms. Now, can we try to come to standing from here? So we're going to draw our feet and our heels close to the bum. Spine is nice and tall. Ready? Inhale, press against each other. Can we stand up? Woo! We did that. All right, let's turn to face each other. So come to facing each other with your toes pointed forward, feet hip distance apart. And we should be about an arm's length, touching each other's fingertips. So just test that out for a moment, because we're going to need this space in order to come to warrior three. But first, let's inhale, send the arms up to the sky. Exhale, sit back into chair pose, the shape of a lightning bolt. A couple breaths here. Now, let's step our left foot back into warrior one. Drawing right hip back, left hip forward. Now begin to shift your weight onto the right leg. Come onto the ball left foot. Find your partner, reach up your partner, grab a hold of their arms. And we take our time here, right? And maybe your partner's balanced already. Just looking down at the ground. We've got each other. Can your left toes point down? Now can you focus on even squaring up the hips a little bit since you got your partner there? If you don't have a partner, you got a wall that you can use. Into your warrior three. Well, don't you think you can hold this for a while now that you got a partner? Maybe. Strong warrior three. On the exhale, with control, we land that back foot down, back into warrior one, like nothing happened. Maybe furniture might be in the way. That's okay. And then we step the left foot to meet the right. Hands at heart center. Exhale, release. Other side. Inhale, send the arms up to the sky. Exhale, sitting back into chair pose. Pausing here. Maybe we lift up our toes, wiggle it, spread them nice and wide, lower it down. Can we shift our knees back a little bit so we can see our toes? Is there a natural curve in our spine so we're not arching too much, not rounding? Now let's step that right foot back into warrior one. Find your warrior one. Maybe drawing that left hip back, right hip forward. Right leg is nice and strong and straight. Belly to spine. Now we begin to shift the weight onto the left foot. We find our partner and we're strong in the left leg. Maybe one person needs to go up first and then the other. Reaching that right foot far back like you're stepping on this imaginary wall. Another breath here. Exhale, slowly we lower that right foot down. Back into warrior one. Yay. Let's step the right foot to meet the left. Hands at heart center. Let's thank our partners for supporting us once again. And release the hands down. Now let's turn back to back one more time. And hooking our arms. We come down the same way that we came up. So inhale here, exhale. Let's lower down. All the way down to our bums. Yay! And release the hold. And we're going to sit here. One of us is going to come to child's pose, and one of us is going to lean back. So options of leaning back and draping our bodies can be to either sit in an easy pose, or you can even have your legs extended out. So do you want to come to child's pose, or do you want to lean onto me?
Child's pose.
Okay. So one person comes to child's pose. And take a moment there. And then let's rise up if you're in child's pose. So that we're back to back. And then now, inhaling together. Exhale, one person slowly folds forward into child's pose. Other person just drapes over their back. We ask them, hey, are you okay back there? Are you okay back there? And so my bum is lifted, so I have a lot of weight on Martin right now. But you can certainly be down here too. A couple more breaths here.
And then slowly, slowly, inhale. We slowly rise up. Alrighty, now we get to switch. So, one person comes into child's pose.
Other person chooses how they'd like to lean back.
And we sit up nice and tall. And then, ready, inhale here, exhale.
How's that feel? And you're supporting each other, whether you're in child's pose or you're leaning back. And maybe the person who's leaning back doesn't want to go that far. Maybe they need support for the head. And you meet each other where the other person is and where you are too. Working together. And you just take a moment to notice your breath, notice the expansion of your partner's breath. And that inhale, slowly we rise up.
And let's swing our legs out in front. Let's hug our knees in just for a moment. And then release the hold of our knees, sitting up nice and tall. On our exhale, slowly we lower down one vertebrae at a time, all the way down to the mat. Releasing one leg at a time. Gently tucking our shoulder blades underneath us. And if it feels safe, we close our eyes. Release our jaws. Palms facing up towards the sky. Softening the skin on our forehead. Softening the skin around our eyes. Allowing the body to sink into the ground. Bones growing heavier. Just observing the breath. Begin to invite a couple deep breaths into the belly. And gently turn your head left and right, very slowly. Bring the head to stillness. Slowly extending one arm at a time over the head. And then stretching out from head to toe. Maybe we roll out our wrists. Maybe we roll out our ankles. And then slowly drawing one foot at a time onto the mat. And rolling over to your favorite side, resting the head on the inside of the one arm. And then with your eyes still closed, gently pressing yourself up to a comfortable seated position of your choice. And let's place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. And feeling the warmth of your heart, the warmth of the belly.
And just silently to yourself, send some loving kindness to your partner for participating in this practice without saying anything. See them in your mind's eye. And then let's gather our hands at heart center. Inhale here. Exhale, we bow our heads down. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you for joining me.